Pinnacle Entertainment Group presents Hollow's Last Hope, a premiere playtest featuring Pathfinder for Savage Worlds. Fast, furious, fun, fantasy, on Kickstarter now. A plague has come to Falcon's Hollow. Death lingers in the water. 4 heroes race against time to collect ingredients for the cure. Starring Michelle Wynn Bradley, Jordan Caves-Callarman, Leander Lacy, Diana Restrepo, and Meghan Caves.
Hi everyone, welcome to episode 3. I can't believe we're already here, which is pretty crazy. So let's go around real quick. Well, I'll tell you who I am. Hi, I'm Meghan Caves. I am your GM for today.
Yay.
Once again.
Yay! Yay!
Yeah, let's go around real quick and we'll introduce everybody. Just tell them your name, your character's name. We'll just do that for now because we get to advance, which is super exciting. So we're gonna spend some time doing that up top. So let's just start off. Let's meet Diana first. I've already given them half, so
Right? Hi guys, I'm Diana Restrepo. I'm playing Kaira, the Elven Rogue.
Thank you. And Michelle?
Hi, I am Michelle Wynn Bradley, and I am playing Celeste Lunafreya, and I'm super excited to get started.
Awesome. Leander?
Hi everyone, I'm Leander Lacy. I am playing Kaizen, a human fighter.
Awesome. Thank you. And Jordan?
Hi, my name is Jordan Caves-Callarman. I'm playing Diffel Teleria Darian, a gnome sorcerer.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Because you guys get to advance, what we're going to do is we're going to go, we'll just go around, we'll do one at a time, and then that way you guys kind of get to see the advance process, which in Savage Worlds is super easy and fun because it's easy. It's just kind of like going to a candy store, in my opinion, which is great. Let's start. Jordan, why don't we start with you, since
Sure.
you have a little bit more experience here in Savage Worlds. So one thing that's really cool in Savage Pathfinder that's a little different than any other Savage Worlds settings that I've seen is that there are the iconic path characters. So literally your entire advance is in there. If you wanted to go, okay, I'm a sorcerer, like Jordan is playing, like Diffel is, and I'm just going to follow this advancement, you can do that. You don't have to, but that is an option which just allows you to jump in and not have to worry about any of the character creation and advancement if that's something that you don't like to do. However, we're going to see what Jordan wants to do. So Jordan, you are a novice, essentially level 1 sorcerer. What would you like to do for an advance? Oh, and I should say, for advances, you can take a new edge. You can up an attribute for every rank, so novice, seasoned, veteran, etc. You could also up some skills if you wanted. I think you could buy off hindrances. I don't remember if that's a thing you could do in this particular one, but that one's never as much fun in my opinion. So Jordan, what would you like to do for Diffel?
I'm going to do the opposite of buying off a hindrance, and I'm going to turn a hindrance into a strength. I'm going to take the calculating edge. So because I have the hesitant hindrance, which means whenever we get initiative cards, I draw 2 and keep the lowest. The calculating edge allows me, if my initiative card is a 5 or less, to ignore up to 2 points of penalties on an action that I take during my turn.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
Because I take the time to get the lay of the land and scope things out before acting. So I'm going to take the calculating edge to make hesitant work for me.
I like it. That's awesome. This is a good plan. Okay, awesome. So that is his advance right there. Done. Let's hop over now to Leander, because there's actually been a shift in his character just at the base level. So originally he is a fighter, and with the fighter there is also you're human, which usually gives you a bonus additional starting edge. And in this instance, instead of having brave, which is what you have as an edge, he's going to get warrior's gift, which is technically another edge, which allows you to utilize any combat edge in an encounter as long as you qualify for it.
Yeah, this one actually isn't an edge. It's the new part of his fighter class feature.
Which is interesting because it is an edge in Swade, so it's really cool
power.
that there's. Is it a power? I thought it was an edge.
It's a spell you can cast.
See, I'm thinking back to our original Deadlands campaign when didn't
That was a spell.
It was a spell there too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, it's super cool. And the way I would. Especially right now because we're kind of doing this all quickly, and I think you already did this a little bit, Leander, but is essentially you could go, okay, I know these 3 that I qualify or this one that I qualify for that you can pull out whenever you want to, right. Which might be an easier way. And I do think, let's see, we can take a moment to check. Usually in the edges, they are broken down into combat edges. Yes, on current page 82, this will probably be different in your books, so is a list of all of the combat edges, Leander, if you hadn't found that already. And then that way you can kind of go through and pick them as you want.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I did see 2 that I'm like, okay, I know these, I understand these, I'm sticking with these 2. So I'm going to probably use Nerves of Steel now more often, which lets me soak a wound. And I'll use Feint, which will force the DM to use Smarts instead of Agility in order to get out of some of the attacks that I'm doing.
Which is helpful when fighting cauldrons. Not super smart, from what I hear.
You guys are going to fight so many more cauldrons. Awesome. Well, and you still also get an advance. So I see for the fighter, your vigor goes up. Is that what you wanted to stay with, or do you want to do something else?
Oh, no. Give me that vigor.
Sweet. Okay, so that means that your vigor is going to move up to a D8, which is awesome, and that shouldn't change anything else for right now. Which is
no, that'll up your toughness as well.
Oh yeah, it will. Okay.
It's gonna add 1 to your toughness.
Great.
Awesome. Sweet. All right, let's jump over to Michelle. So your next one is new powers that's in the iconic path, which is pretty cool. You get 2 of them, but I think you're going to pick different powers than are listed.
Yeah, the ones that are listed are, I believe, I lost it immediately.
It's Holy Symbol and Boost Low Retreat, I think.
Yes. I think I think Boost Low Retreat is still interesting to me because you can let's see what it says here. Duration for 5, cost 2 power points to use. I can increase or decrease a target's trait, so attribute or skill, with this magic. It doesn't say magic or... Yeah, it's transmutation necromancy. It could be anything. So I think that's good. That gives buffs for... It's more... I have another option to give more buffs to my players or to decrease something for an enemy. So maybe that's good.
Yep. And the cool thing about that one, too, is it's great in combat, but it's also great out of combat.
Yeah, so that'd be good. And then, because if something lasts for a duration of 5, and I give it to someone out of combat, then how long does it last, like, in time?
I would probably give it, like, 5 or 10 minutes. That kind of stuff, because combat rounds are 6 seconds for the most part as well. So, that's not a long time. So, essentially, to me, usually when I've seen Boost Low Retreat used outside of combat, it's like, I'm going to go do this skill, like right now, and I'm boosting their trait. So, if it's something that needs to last for a while, probably do 5 or 10 minutes, depending upon the setting, if that makes sense.
Okay. And then... Oh, there's so many cool powers. Like, as you get to, like, veteran, I'm like, oh, I'm not a veteran yet.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So I think this was suggested to me earlier, but I liked it when I looked it up, was the conjure item ability. So I have to be a novice. It's two power points per pound of the item that I conjure. Lasts for 1 hour. And what it is I can make anything that is up to 1 pound or more if I pay for the power points. It lasts for that time, but once it expires, the item fades from reality. I kind of like this because it can be a mundane item. It says examples are common material like a 10-foot pole, a blanket, a shield, etc. So I think it'd be good for like infiltrating someplace or tricking someone, or if we need a key that's a certain shape, I don't know, maybe I can conjure that.
Yeah, and the range of it is smarts, so that's your smarts basically, which means you can conjure it up to that distance.
Awesome. When
Yeah.
it says up tier smarts, does that mean, because my smarts is a d6, that's 6, or do I have to roll it to see how far it would go?
6. It means it's 6.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and I think that's everything I get, right? I don't get any tribute bonuses or anything, or do I still
No,
get...
not with that. But one thing that's cool, and we may have mentioned this before, but in Savage Pathfinder, there are different modifiers for a lot of the powers than are in Suede or some of the other books. So that's kind of cool because not only are you seeing some of the same powers, you're seeing some new powers, but also there are new modifiers for some of the previous powers that you already know, which is cool. So this one has its own modifiers as well, which is great.
Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. Okay, Diana, let's advance. I kept trying to say upgrade. Let's advance. Kaira.
All right.
So, let's see.
I know I was looking at the 2-weapon fighting.
Okay.
Possibly that, because I do have 2 swords. I do have my rapier and my dagger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that can be really helpful for sure. It looks like in the book it has you with quick, which I think was a mistake that I did on your character sheet originally because I don't remember. I think we got confused about how many edges you had.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
so technically I don't have quick.
Technically you do not, no. But you could do quick, which essentially keeps you from ever having an initiative card below a 5.
Right. So let's keep it at quick.
You want to do quick? Okay.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
basically, and that's great for right now because, I don't know, maybe there'll be some fights. I don't know. But yeah. So if I'm like, here's your 3, you get to send it back until you get a card that's above that.
Perfect.
Above a 5. I believe. Is it 5? It's 5 and above, I think.
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Well, see, now everybody's advanced. That was
Yay.
super
Yay.
cool.
Thank you.
simple.
Yeah, you guys got
Yeah,
to
very
advance.
simple.
Yay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it is. It's one of those things that can, like, when you're new to it, you're like, oh, this seems complicated, but it really isn't. It's just like any one of these things every time you advance, which is great. Sweet. All right. Well, then we've done that. You guys are now novice 2, technically. And you've just arrived at a monastery. So let's actually go back and I'll tell you what happened last time. Last time, in episode 3, our party here, they found themselves at Uli's Mila's. Her name's so hard to say. Uli's Mila's haunted hut. Haunted hut.
Is that spelled
hag
in the
hut.
usual way?
In the usual way.
Oh,
Indeed.
me that. Okay, got it.
It was only mildly creepy. It wasn't that creepy. Anyway, it was pretty creepy. But yes, they were able to get the rat tail, which is the second ingredient that they need to get rid of this black scour taint. So they're well on their way. But they very well handled, words aren't working for me, they very goodly handled Uli's Mila's cauldron that once they touch any item in the hut, just directly attacks them. But Kaizen, you sliced that cauldron right in half.
With
So
star
even
power.
before it
Yeah.
got to eat anyone, which is so disappointing. And then they found themselves heading to the monastery with just a few minor, snake trying to eat them type things happening in the in-between. Nothing big.
That no one cared about. They just rolled over and went back to sleep.
It
like,
was
oh,
too
snake,
dark.
it's fine. There's
It
probably
was
only
too
one.
dark. Exactly. It was a tiny baby snake.
Yep.
It hurt Diffle's feelings. That's all I'm saying.
Beautiful. He's so sad. Yeah, but where we left off last, you all had just arrived at the monastery. And in fact, if you go over to the slides, on slide 6, there is a picture of the monastery, which if you all look right here, there'll be a picture that will pop up as well for you.
It looks old.
That is the monastery. Yes.
Viney.
But
Is
you
this
all have
also haunted?
Looks
Probably.
like it.
haunted. Is anything haunted out here? I mean, you know.
So many things have been.
No, I don't think so. It's only just slightly creepy. That's all. But yes, I believe we should pick up right where we left off, with you all just arriving at the monastery. You haven't actually gotten to it yet. You're just kind of at the tree line. And it is about mid-afternoon. And it's cold here. It's cloudy and foggy here. It's not overly dense, but it doesn't seem to be a pleasant place. What would you all like to do?
I would like to be scouting the area for movement, for anyone watching us.
Okay. So hop over to slide 7 and you can actually see the map version
of a slide
of this monastery here. So you guys are kind of down at the very southern bottom end. There's kind of a pathway you can see there a little bit. You guys are kind of in that area. So you want to keep your eyes open for any kind of movement. So go ahead and make a notice roll. A Kaira.
Okay, so notice. Wow, brain fart. Here we go. 2.
A 2. So far, everything looks
Everything is great.
pretty deserted.
Can I use common knowledge to see if I know anything offhand from the residents of Falcon's Hollow about the history of this monastery, or?
Sure.
Okay. Probably not, because I do live in a tent outside of town, but let's give it a try. I aced it on my wild die. 11.
Wow. Okay. So there's not a lot of information about it that the town knows, or anybody in the town knows per se, except that it was a dwarven monastery, and it has been. They all died out, and nobody really knows what happened. They just are gone. But that's really
like how long ago, maybe-ish, they left. Long time.
Been hang on and let me see if I can find where that was, because it has been. Oh, I spelled monastery wrong.
That's okay.
Monastery.
I do it all the time.
Monastery. Monastery.
We're gonna get there.
Maybe one day.
Oh,
there it is. Monastery.
Monastery.
Monastery. That's how it's properly pronounced as well. Everyone knows it is the monastery. There just isn't a lot of information, but it's been a long time. This you can tell just looking at it. It's in disrepair. I mean, there's ruins.
This monastery has been abandoned for quite a while. You can tell it's supposed to be dwarven, and see how the stonework has crumbled. Dwarven stoneworking is famed, so clearly no one has been here for quite some time. At least no dwarves.
I will say, Diffel, though, looking at it, there appears to be like a statue of a dwarf kind of at the front of the little archway that you can see from where you are, and another one on the other side that looks like it is kind of crumbled. So there's the potential for you to be able to gather more information about it as you like kind of look through it, but there's not a lot of information in Falcon's Hollow about it.
So, question. In my notes, I wrote metal dwarves. Is it... what was the description on that? Were they metal dwarfs, like statue dwarfs that come to life?
I don't know. I think that they were like metal working, like that.
I've got it. Okay. Probably.
And then also the particular mushrooms that you need to find here, the iron bloom, are a special kind that grows in that particular area as well. So maybe you put those two things together. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. Or I said metal dwarves and I don't remember.
Okay.
Anything is possible.
Could I do a knowledge check to see if I would know what environment the iron mushrooms would grow in?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna do common knowledge. Snake eyes.
Oh!
Crit fail.
Your brain explodes.
Yeah,
with knowledge.
You do know where they are usually found, and it is around the outside of the monastery in the open cold.
Cool. Well,
Pretty
I think that I'm sure that if the mushrooms exist anywhere, they're probably about these outer walls. So I'm going to go looking. If anyone wants to come with me, I just want to dart off to the left.
Oh, not
let's-
alone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run off after her, just kind of looking back at the rest of the group, like,
Bring her back, please.
bring her back. Okay.
Yes.
Miss Celeste, Kyra has requested that you come back with me, as it's dangerous for us to go alone.
Oh,
At least take this.
Oh, I don't think I need any more of your stuff. But I'm certain that the mushrooms should be on the outer wall somewhere of this monastery. So maybe we should just look for it and get it quickly and then return home.
I don't mean to be that gnome, but didn't they tell us that the mushrooms grew within the monastery?
Oh, did they now? And what are you saying? It's monastery. Monastery.
Not if it's been abandoned for quite some time and dwarves built it. At that point, it is called a monastery.
Monastery.
Sorry, I'm just remembering it's monastery.
These all sound incorrect, but I suppose we should stay with the party. And
All the same, yes, it's dangerous. All the things we've seen out here in the woods, we don't want to get picked off just being weak and fragile and alone.
Both of you make a notice roll.
Okay, it's a 5.
4.
A 5, 4. Yeah, so as you're saying that, you're kind of looking around, and both of you see there are lots of footprints that they're like paw prints, big paw prints. And there's a lot in this area. And actually kind of over where you are, you can tell the wall has crumbled, and it seems like some of these paw prints are going in and out. Although some of these look a bit older. And also there's a bunch that just seem to kind of circle around the whole place.
Did Kyra mention that warg was potentially in this area?
Oh, yes, she did mention that earlier. If
perhaps-
he's here,
Yes.
then he could be hurting more creatures. We should find him immediately.
Yes, but we should find him together so that we are not among the creatures hurt. So I suggest we back up, heading towards the rest of the group, keeping our eyes on the tree line and any large hiding places.
Oh, yes, fine then. I suppose I should go back and at least pick up Jade. Jade is still in the bag on the horse.
Oh, yes, we should go back for Jade.
Okay, fine. We go back. I get the bag with my little fox named Jade in it.
Okay. All right, so you've gone back, and now you all are once again just at the edge of the trees.
Miss Celeste and I found paw prints, large paw prints.
Grey wolf.
As you said, yes.
Or
Yes,
not grey wolf.
Gray pelt.
Grey pelt.
Kyra, you have a lot of interesting friends.
Oh no. These are friends that always want to rule the land that they live on. I'm just trying to take them out one by one.
I suppose you must show your dominance.
Well, if you met Grey Pelt, you would understand.
Well, then hopefully we will never understand.
We're going to understand quite soon. Sorry, Diffle. Where did you see the paw prints at?
They're all on the outside of the damaged wall on that area over there, so it looks like there may be more than one entrance to this building.
I mean, do we enter the area that you saw the paw prints at and take him out first?
Or
I would like to find the mushrooms first. I think that is our priority.
Well,
Yes.
yes, of course. But
perhaps we could even be so quiet as to avoid Grey Pelt altogether. Just sneak in, collect some mushrooms. How hard could it be? And then sneak out. And then with that, that's all we need. We ride hard back for Falcon's Hollow, and everyone feels better by the end of the day.
Through the front door?
Indeed. Let's go.
Okay.
So you all can see like the pathway essentially leads directly into, you can see through the archway, the doors have kind of fallen off as the wood is crumbled and deteriorated. And it looks like there's kind of an open yard area that you can actually see from here. So is that where you all want to go?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So as you get a bit closer to it, make a notice roll if you would like to look closer at Diffle, especially at any of the statues or anything in the area.
I only got a 2 for notice, which I would love to re-roll, but I don't know if we have any bennies.
Always have bennies. Yes. Thank you for reminding me once we've begun, Jordan.
Alarm clock.
Benny alarm clock. You all
penny
have
clock.
bennies. Everybody starts with 3 bennies, unless you have a hindrance or an edge that modifies that. And alas, poor Kaira does. She has just the bad luck and only begins with 2. I begin with 4, 1 for each of you. So yes, you said you would like to use a benny to...
No, that was just a segue to get bennies. I definitely failed my notice roll, yeah.
I got a 7.
A 7. Yeah, if you kind of go around the base of one of those statues, as you guys get closer, like I said, there are 2 statues kind of on either side of this entryway. One of them is kind of crumbled, but there's some vines and moss that's kind of covered the surface. But if you remove those a little bit near the base, there is an inscription that reads "All Praise." And then the rest of it is a little bit defaced. So someone scratched off the missing name, and it's not really legible. But if anyone wants to make an academics check or a common knowledge at -1, you might know when it came from.
I just point.
This.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Got a 5?
I remove the vines for you.
A 5? Yeah, so looking at the statue, you can tell that it is from the time of the last great dwarven kings, which was many centuries ago.
Ooh.
Well, this statue's very old, so I guess if these were the original people who lived here, then they're not here anymore. So
Well, there's that.
Do you know who they, Celeste, the dwarven gods that they might actually... I mean, this does say praise something.
Right.
I don't know. Do I? Or should I roll again?
You can make an occult. Do you have
I have occult. Yeah, occult.
occult? Yeah, make an occult roll.
It's a 5.
A 5. That is a success. So you know that in general, the dwarves are usually, I believe it starts with a T. It is the god of the forge, essentially, is the one that they usually pray to.
And his name is Theodore.
His name,
Or
name
Ted.
is Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
Back to Jeffrey.
Not that guy. Oh, Taurag. So you know that generally speaking, the dwarves tend to worship Taurag, which is the god was venerated here, basically. But
I mean,
you can't tell for sure.
Well, I don't know for sure what the statue said before, but these dwarves generally would worship the god of the forge, Taurag, but whether the statue said that or not, I don't know. Perhaps we'll find more clues as we get in the door.
Do you know Taurag's thoughts on trespassing, just offhand? If he's okay with it?
No, I don't. I just know Taurag really liked forges, I guess.
Miss Celeste, you can make something up and say that Taurag is fine with trespassing if you want to.
I think being dishonest with my team, it would be a sin, so I would not do that.
It's a kind of kindness, though. But that's fine. So Taurag doesn't... Okay.
As they're arguing about that, I'm going to start ripping apart the boards on the door to get in.
Okay, for the most part, it's already fallen off, so you could pretty easily just walk into this area if you want.
Shall we?
Yeah, I believe we shall. That's what we came here for.
Yes, those mushrooms. How many? 7 was what we needed?
Yes.
Okay.
At least.
So we get our 7 mushrooms, maybe 1 for safety, and
Yes.
then leave.
So, as you all enter, you hear a few caw, caw, and if you look up, there are a few razor crows that are staring down at you, but they don't seem to do much more than stare. But you all are entering what looks like this big yard area, and tell me if on this, on slide 7, you should be able to see this area now.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
The fog of war has lifted.
It has lifted here. Actually, if you go to 9, slide 9 is a little bit of a closer one for you to be able to see if you want.
Perfect.
Very helpful.
Is that a well? Water?
Maybe?
Mayhaps. So as you enter, tall grasses and chunks of stone debris have all but overtaken the small yard. Off to one side, a wooden stable has collapsed into a mound of rotting timbers and moldy straw. The outer wall on the east side has also collapsed, leaving a ragged hole. 3 doors exit into the yard, a pair of double doors to the east, a single door to the north, and a lone door leading into the squat tower in the southeast corner. So that is what you all see in here. So kind of to your left, there's those kind of wooden things protruding. I believe that's the stables.
Yeah.
That hole is essentially where it's not a well. It's just where it's kind of fallen into down. You're not sure, probably down into the monastery in and of itself. Don't know much about it. And then there's kind of the wall over here to the right, or to the northeast, that has crumbled.
Miss Celeste, you said you were relatively certain the mushrooms would be in the open and the cold? So perhaps at the top of the tower.
Oh, it is a well. I'm sorry, it is a well.
Or at the bottom of the well.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to check both, I suppose. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I just think that there could be where the mushrooms are. I don't. It could be somewhere else also. I'm not sure.
So everybody, if you want to kind of wander around this area, make a notice roll, see what you can find.
So, Megan, I just roll a d4, yeah? With my wild, since I don't have common.
Wait, since you don't.
Oh, never mind. We discussed this. It just morphed. Yes, sorry.
Notice
Ignore it.
notice for this one.
Ooh, double explosives.
4.
11.
Whoa, 4,
Explore
11,
me.
2 4s, a 5, and 11. Yeah, so you all are looking around. Celeste, you can see that there are more interesting just clues of kind of what life may have been like here before. There's a 10-foot or 10 feet of rope that's kind of dangling down into the well. And if you kind of looking down in there, it looks like it goes about 30 feet down, and there's brackish but potable water. You don't necessarily know that, but it looks okay. But lying next to it is a skeletal body of what you think might be an explorer. It doesn't look, I mean, it's been here for a while, but it's not like skeleton. It's like a rotting body that is there. You could try making a healing check if you would like to learn a little bit more about what killed this person.
Yeah, I do. Before I do that, I think I would do a quick blessing on the body to put it at rest, since it's in the open. I'm sorry, weary traveler, that your adventure did not end, probably on a positive note, I assume. But Desna welcomes all travelers to her heaven, and I hope to meet you there one day. Okay, now to find out why he died.
Kaizen, is Celeste talking to someone in the well? Oh, Kaizen, I couldn't hear you. I think you were too far away.
Yes, she has a god named Desna that she prays to. Do you not pray to something yourself?
No, it sounded like she was speaking to someone in the well. I see. She was praying to Desna to bless the water of the well. Smart.
I think it's the body that has died.
There's a dead body in the well?
Shh. I rolled a 4.
A 4, yes.
And I used a Benny to reroll, so I just...
Oh, okay, used a Benny. Yes, that is a success. And what you're able to tell is that this creature... Oop, I went to a different page. This person looks like it was killed by a rather large animal. And maybe why the person was coming to get some water. Seems like it just was in the wrong place at the wrong time, or potentially trespassed, or maybe some creature came by and was just very hungry.
Everyone, quickly, just so you know, there is a body over here.
Gosh, you were right.
I have blessed it, but it appears that it was killed by some large beast of some sort, and after seeing those large paw prints on the other side of the building, I believe we are in not the dwarves' home anymore, but perhaps a beast's home.
Grey pelt.
While you all are having this conversation and still continuing to look around, Kaizen, you are looking kind of over in the stables at one point, and you notice there are some bones there, but not much of anything else of value. But you're pretty sure they're the bones of a pony, which makes sense to you. Diffle, as you look around, there are a lot of tall grasses that obscure most of any trails that you could potentially find that maybe were there in the past. However, you can see some faint signs of some creatures entering and leaving the main building through the double doors. If you wanted to try to roll a common knowledge at a -2 or a nature check, you could try and figure out, or anyone could try and figure out what those footprints are specifically, or maybe closer to what they are. And while you're doing that, Kaira, when you see that Celeste is looking kind of at that body, you go over as well, because you notice there is a backpack that you assume was probably that of this particular explorer. And opening it, you find a week's worth of trail rations, a set of thieves' tools, 30 feet of silk rope, a coin purse with 42 gold and other coins, and a blue vial containing a potion of healing.
Oh.
So the only ones that I would worry about are the thieves. Well, even that is just the potion of healing, really. The rest, don't worry about tracking.
Okay.
But
So
just remember that you have the rope if you need it.
Rope. Okay. Potion of healing. I would turn to the group and show them the potion and be like, may need this. And I'm gonna put it on my belt and say, if anyone needs it, run and grab it from me, or I'll chuck it to you.
Or ask me to heal. I can also do that too.
Unless you go down, my love.
Okay.
Indeed.
Diffle, did you want to see if you could figure out?
Yeah, I mean, if there's tracks leading up to that double door, I'll see if my common knowledge gives me any more insight.
Okay, add a -2.
Okay, aced it on the wild die, so that is a 9 -2, 7.
So looking a bit closer at these tracks, they look reptilian, while some of the others are clearly made by four-legged animals. But the Reptilian Trail...
two-legged?
The Reptilian looks two-legged, yes. The Reptilian Trail always leads to the main entrance and then out into the wild, while the mammal, the four-legged tracks, leave by either the main entrance or through the hole in the eastern wall.
Many things here. Potentially gray pelt, and also what looks like some sort of bipedal reptile. Perhaps more than one, through those large double doors.
Diffle, are you sure it's not that lizard that follows you everywhere?
No, that lizard we haven't seen that lizard in days now, Diffle says as the lizard pokes its head out of his hair, and then just slides back into Diffle's hair somewhere. So it's not that lizard. Plus, that lizard's small and untrustworthy.
Right.
Indeed.
Well, we should pick a direction at some point. Laurel is waiting for us.
But
Yes.
the tower, right? Because Miss Celeste said the cold in the open. If we climb up in here, perhaps there are mushrooms growing up there.
Oh, yes, that could be a good idea to check the tower first.
Also,
Agreed.
no tracks lead there, so...
So it's
Should
safe.
we not check this building to the southeast to ensure that nothing follows us?
Well,
That's a good point. We could be
but-
trapped on top of that tower.
We could, but Kaizen and I'm sure others have ranged weaponry. We're safer than on top of a fortified tower, firing down into an open courtyard.
I am safe right here.
Okay, but some of us might feel safer.
Behind me. And I walk
Behind
over to
you.
the southeast door.
Okay. Yes. I think perhaps Kaizen is right. I'm right behind you.
Okay.
So, are you all going to the tower?
I follow Kaizen.
And point of order, I do have my little backpack with Jade in it, still just chilling. I've not forgotten the animals.
Where's your animal pet, Diana?
Huh?
The rest
true,
of
you're
us
the
all
only
have
one.
an animal pet.
I don't have one.
Well,
Take
you
one of
should
those
fix
razor
that.
crows.
Oh, I would take a crow. What did you say, Jordan?
I said you should fix that.
Okay. And I whistle up to the birds. Come hither.
Did we say last time that Diffle was your pet?
Pretty much.
I think it came up at some point.
Okay. We'll find a pet for me soon.
Oh my.
There's lots about. Pick one.
It's true. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
So there is a door that's kind of on the on facing south. It's on the northern side of the Watchtower.
Let me see. Can we examine the door?
Indeed, you can.
So locked. Stone.
Sorry, which door is this? The one to the north?
It's on the northern side of the Watchtower, kind of on the southeastern corner of yard. That
So
you
the door to the
are-
Watchtower is where we're at.
Yeah, or at least that's
Okay.
what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So looking at it, it looks like a fairly normal door. It does remind you a bit of the door from the Hag's Hut in that it looks like it, over time it's sort of, the wood has warped and shaped, so it may be a bit stuck. You can't tell much more than that, just looking
Can
at
I
it.
examine it for traps in case something is hiding up in here?
Sure, make a notice roll.
6, 7, 8, 9.
9, and that's with a raise. So, looking at the door, you look at it pretty closely. The door itself doesn't seem to have a trap or anything on it, but you do notice a lot of just the fact that the wood is rotted and it is a tower that's pretty tall. This tower is 30-foot tall tower.
Oh.
You know that it might be super dangerous in there, and who knows what could have taken up residence. So you are on guard.
Great. I grip my swords.
Why are you... You're drawing steel? Do you see signs of danger?
Yes.
Great.
Would you all like to try to open the door?
Yes. I will.
Okay.
I will attempt to open it.
It's going to need a strength check.
Remember, it might be a push, not a pull, or vice versa. So if you don't have to break the door, you can just try the other way as well.
It might be like a Lamborghini door. It goes up.
Fantasy Lamborghini.
Ooh, one explosion. It's 11.
11. Yeah, that is a success with the raise. You are able, after just a little bit of pulling on it, to open the door. And when you open, looking at you can kind of see that there's sort of just a stairway that goes up as you open it. It says, thick webs cover much of the ancient crates and barrels stored inside the base of the tower. A rickety wooden staircase ascends along one wall to reach an open trapdoor above.
It's a crate and barrel tower. The decor is nice, but it's spooky.
Maybe we should take some of this back to our camps. Make it nicer looking.
We are looking for mushrooms, everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Mushrooms indeed.
Focus.
Everything else is just extra. We already have some loot from the last adventure. Fine, I'll go first then.
No, Celeste, are you sure?
Well,
I don't think it's wise.
Well, I'll check for things, just like you do.
Let Kaizen and myself go first. The two of you go in between us, and one of us will go towards the back.
Okay.
In
Do you
case,
think that's
yes, in case we all
best?
ambushed from behind.
Celeste, I do not know anyone who has survived longer than Kaira. I trust her judgment.
Okay then. We work as a team.
A team.
Perhaps we should use your rope, Kaira, and perhaps if we all hold on to it, if one of us were to fall, we could keep you up.
Should we tie it on one of us then? As an anchor.
I'm happy to be the anchor.
Great, and I shall lead. So I'll hand him the rope.
Okay. So if you look at slide 9 or 10, you should be able to see the Watchtower now. It's a very small space. But yeah, there is that rickety staircase. So you all are kind of looped together via rope, yes. What would you like to do?
Walk up the stairs quietly.
You want to go up the stairs?
Quietly. Yes.
Okay. Well, if you want to do it quietly, you're going to need to make a stealth roll. These stairs are very, very rickety looking. So you will also need to make
Oh boy.
Scared.
an athletics roll to
know.
climb them.
Oh.
This is all of us? Okay, so which one do you want first, athletics or stealth?
Oh god.
Let's do stealth first.
Okay.
God, just do
Okay.
4.
7.
7,
Actually,
3.
5.
5.
I got a 7.
Sweet.
Sorry, everyone. Sorry.
Holding you up with the rope.
Okay. So yes, now do your athletics rolls.
Five.
Just got a 4.
4,
5.
5,
10.
10.
Ooh.
Wow, okay. This is good. Good job, you guys. This
Thank
is good
you.
that you succeeded. Yeah. So you all are able to start ascending this staircase. And you, as you go up, I mean, you can feel the steps kind of bend under your weight and creak as you all go up this staircase. Everyone make a notice roll, please.
Ooh. 11.
Which is 2 5s and,
And a 1.
Okay. So, Kaira, you were already on guard. And looking in here, man, there are a lot of big spider webs. That is disconcerting.
Oh, no.
You and Celeste, you kind of noticed this at the same time, and you all see this coming. There's sort of like this big, like if you look up, there's kind of this big, just blackness above you that you just assumed was darkness, but as you look closer at it, it's actually more than that. It's a giant freaking spider, and it's coming right at you. So we're going to do some initiative now. Yes.
Dun dun dun.
Dun,
How
dun,
big is
dun.
giant?
But because we noticed it, can't we yell, "Big spider, watch out"? Or
Well, basically, it didn't sneak up on you because you all noticed it. So
I
you're
see.
lucky. Otherwise,
mechanics.
it would have gotten a free attack on you. Yeah, so it's
Like giant for a normal spider or giant for a giant spider?
I
Like the
mean,
one
it's
in
bigger
Harry
than all of
Potter?
these.
Okay, the
Yeah,
one like in Harry Potter.
I think it's more like that.
Okay.
So,
It's an Aragog.
Oh,
it's
that's
an
the name,
Aragog.
yes.
So let's start. Celeste, you've got a king of spades.
Ooh, okay.
What did you ended up taking quick, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you got an 8 of spades. So that doesn't trigger your quick. Diffle, 10 of spades, or a queen of hearts.
I have to keep the 10, but unfortunately it doesn't trigger my calculating.
It doesn't. Leander, you got an 8 of diamonds, and our spider friend only got a 3 of spades, which is
Good.
a sad bit. For
Bye,
spider.
spider.
Jab,
So,
jab.
would anyone like to spend a penny to get a different card?
No, thank you.
Nope. Okay. So that means first to go would be Celeste. So this thing is like coming down, trying to land on top of you guys?
I would. Ooh, there's so many things I can do now. So if I were to cast something that lowers a trait with my new boost lower trait skill, do I pick which exact thing that is, or do I roll? Or okay,
You pick what it is.
attribute or skill, and it's a spider. So what does it do? Oh, I'm gonna do a good guess in here.
If you lower its vigor, it becomes easier to damage. And if you lower its fighting, it becomes easier to hit. Just two things to keep in mind.
Oh, interesting.
You can lower other stuff and affect its skills and things, but that'll have the
overall
additional
effect.
benefit.
Oh, I told you the spider was too big. It's dog-sized. It's still big.
Oh,
but
a
it's
baby
dog-sized.
Aragog. Oh, okay.
Baby.
Okay.
Okay, I'll try to get its vigor and lower that.
Okay. Go for it.
And before I do, I will take out the little pouch of salt that Diffle gave me earlier, and all right, Diffle, you said this kind of dirt stuff would help me, and I don't know, I'm open to all sorts of magics. I open it up, and how do I take it again? Do I throw it?
Just use it while you're doing something to the spider.
Okay, and I just kind of like put a little bit in each hand as I cast boost lower trait on the spider.
Okay, roll your faith.
Faith, yes. With
With a +2.
With a +2. Okay, so that is a 10 total.
Nice.
10. Wow, is there any...
Yeah, she lowers it by 2 steps with a raise.
Oh, yay.
and there's no, like, thing that there's no, like, save of any kind, right? I don't think so on this one.
A victim automatically tries to shake off the effect with a spirit roll or as a free action at the end of its following turns.
Okay, so
like,
not yet.
when it goes, yeah.
It could shake it off. Okay, so vigor's down 1. Let me see where your vigor is, dear sir. Okay, so that's gonna drop the toughness down, right?
Yeah, if the vigor gets lowered by 2, it should drop the toughness by 2.
Hey,
Unless there's some weird math in the spider.
Well,
spider math.
so it'd be dropping it down. Oh, it just subtracts 2, or is it dropping it down 2 die?
It drops it down 2 die types, which has
Okay,
the since
it can't go down 2 die types.
Oh.
So
Oh.
is that gonna put it at a?
Negative?
I think it has a floor of D4.
Oh, okay. Well, then if that's the case, then.
So yeah, it's just like its toughness goes down by 1, but it's really impacted by it.
I mean, it is. It's tough. So okay. Good job. Yeah.
Oh,
I
and so
wasn't
the
sure.
salt. I'll talk about the salt real quick.
Yeah,
so since
yeah.
it succeeds, instead of there being stars and light coming from outside, instead the salt kind of like explodes and it like slaps the spider like in like around its multiple eyes, and that's how it lowers its vigor.
It says. It's very unhappy with you.
Oh, the salt worked. I'm really surprised.
I'm not, because you're great.
All
Oh,
right.
thank you.
Is
Spider.
there anything else you would like to do? Move.
Nope. I think I did it.
Okay. Then the next to go is Diffle.
Really? Okay. Who goes after me?
Diamonds, clubs, Kaizen.
Okay, I'm gonna try and use a cantrip to do a test against this spider to see if I can make it vulnerable for my compatriots.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend my power point. I'm gonna try and do an illusion cantrip, and I just kind of want to make it be like this sort of shadowy outline of a person that just sort of blurs around in a circle near the spider to like throw it off guard. Nothing fancy. I don't like spiders. So I will make my spellcasting roll. Yeah, that's a 5. So I didn't get a raise, so I still spend the 1 power point. Oh no.
And does it have a chance to what?
Yeah, because this is gonna be opposed.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it as a test. So I'll spend a penny to re-roll that.
Okay.
Good thing I did that. I got a 6 now.
Okay. So it rolls smarts, is that right?
It
this one?
is. Yeah, it is. I use spellcasting, so it's resisting with smarts.
And you got a 6. Yeah. So as you do that, and I'm assuming from what you said that this illusion you're creating is closer to the spider than any of you are. Yes?
Yeah.
The spider just turns its attention to that thing.
Ooh, okay. I want to make it vulnerable then.
It is vulnerable. All right.
Quick, while it's distracted by my shadow blob.
It is quite distracted. All right, good job. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Movement? Okay.
I'm confident in the damage dealing capabilities of my friends.
Kaizen, it is your go.
All right. So, is the stairway that we're on, is it enough for, like, is only one person at a time can go up? That's what I was assuming.
I think it would be... You could probably edge past somebody, especially because the majority of your group is either small or thin, just in size, so you could probably get past them if you wanted to.
But it's also pretty rickety, so extra weight in one spot could lead to bad things. So I will take my bow out and shoot one arrow at it. It is vulnerable, which means what?
You get a +2.
To hit?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Let's go for it. D6 exploded. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. To hit with my bow.
And you did it with a raise. So add an extra D6 damage.
Yay. So D6 plus my composite bow is strength plus D, so 3 D6s. Come on, 6s. Aw, no explosions. 12.
Still really good, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. As a free action in the very beginning, I'm going to use feint, and so it must use its smart instead of its agility to dodge this.
Oh, I think that's only if you make a test against it. It has to
Oh,
resist
is that
its
what it
smarts.
is? Oh, just kidding. Never
But
mind.
you
then.
already damaged it with 2 raises. So, you know what? I'll try to soak it. Why not? With one of my GM bennies. Bye, GM Benny. Hang on. Okay, let's see, dude. Come on, you can do this. Oh my.
I don't think it can do it.
It can't.
I
It
don't
can't.
believe in this spider.
So this, as you pull your bow out to shoot at it, you see the spider kind of turn around, and it's focused specifically on the blob that's going around, because that's the closest thing it wants to attack. But the blob is kind of currently on top, and you can tell it turns around. It looks like it's getting ready to shoot a web down at you, but you shoot up at it, and you just nail it right in the head somehow from kind of the angle that you're at, and you see it kind of stop what it's doing, and then its legs, I guess, kind of start to pop off of the wall that it is currently on, and it just falls backwards dead on its back on the ground, and it curls up its legs, and it's dead. You got it.
Impressive shot, Kaizen.
Wow, well done.
That was terrifying.
And gross.
Once again, I've done nothing. Let's continue on.
Well,
I'll let you get the next one, I promise.
It's all right.
The
She
next
rolls her
spider.
eyes and she just steps up the stairs because she's mad again.
Everyone make another athletics roll to climb the stairs the rest of the way.
Okay,
more athletics.
we got this, guys. Nope. I'm gonna use a Benny.
Okay.
Oh boy.
7, 8, 9.
5.
I'm so athletic today, even though I have a D4.
Wow.
I got a
You
9.
are athletic.
Actually,
Wow.
can I use my acrobatic to re-roll? I have the
yeah.
edge.
Yeah.
May I?
Yeah.
Just
You
in
can
case.
definitely use acrobatics here.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Edge and Megan. Yes, I'm going to. Yes. 6, 7, 9.
9.
That's a
2
better
9s.
rogue.
And what Diffle and Kaizen would you get?
5.
5. 2. Diffle.
Why?
Oh no.
You can't climb these stairs. You just
Well,
can't.
But
it's
I'm
just
tied.
not working.
I'm tied to everyone else, so at the very least, I'm being suspended up the middle of the stairs, just sort
They're
of like
dragging
hanging
you.
there.
But you can't climb them. It's just not
Oh.
working for you.
It's not. Oh, I'm hanging off the side. Okay, it's fine. This is fine.
Keep watch for us, Diffle.
Okay, I'll watch below.
You can see the dead spider. Every once in a while, it just kind of has a dead twitch.
Oh, spider's alive. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. False alarm. False alarm.
So, yeah, you all are able to climb the rest of the way. And there's not much up here. You can kind of see a little bit of the area around once you get up to the top of the Watchtower. But you don't see anything specific other than more of the same crates and barrels.
I
Would you
feel like.
Oh, go ahead.
It's not important at all. It was honestly just another crate and barrel joke. So what were you going to say?
Did
Well,
you
I
bring your
was gonna say,
coupons?
you guys can search the crates and barrels if you would like.
Yes, I would love to.
Okay,
Maybe there are mushrooms in these.
Yes.
Make a notice roll.
Okay. 4.
I got a 4-2.
Two,
Two.
4.
Team 4.
Okay.
Apparently I'm noticing stuff today. 7.
7. Okay. Yeah, so you all look through it. Most of you look through crates that are empty. They've just rotted and are kind of beginning to disintegrate. But Kaizen, you do actually find one small crate that contains a masterwork short sword wrapped in oilcloth. So it's in good condition.
Ooh.
But you don't see any mushrooms here.
I look at the short sword and look over to Kiira and say, Kiira, my weapons, I don't plan to change them out. I can't. Do you want this?
Sure. And thank you.
Of course.
I could always use more weapons. And she just stashes it.
One fancy short sword.
Thank you, darling. Short sword.
So beyond the spider and this lovely short sword, you can't really find much more in this tower.
No mushrooms up here. Maybe it's not cold enough, or
No,
maybe it's not out
mushrooms-
in the open enough.
It wouldn't be this easy.
Of course it wouldn't.
Well, you
Let's
never
head-
know. We could get lucky with the next area we search. Should we proceed back down, or do you think there's an access to the roof here?
Is there any other access up here, Megan, or is it just we're done?
No, it's just the walls and but they're even down further from the Watchtower. It's pretty much just it's a standalone building.
Boo.
Okay,
Well, at least we know nothing will follow us from here.
right.
Yes.
Not now.
This is true. Let's head back down.
Indeed. Diffle, stay close.
I have no choice. I'm still tied to you.
So you all head back down, and we'll say that you're able to make the climb down since you already went up. You know the steps to avoid, and you are able to make it back to the yard. So you all have found yourself back in the yard. Where would you like to go now? What you can see, hang on, if you go back to the 7 on the full map, you can see that there is a door on the west side of the yard, a door on the north side, and then there's that rubble that's kind of over there on the east side that seems to lead out of the monastery in total.
Well, we follow the four-legged paw prints, or we follow the two-legged reptilian prints.
Indeed.
Does anyone feel luckier one way or the other?
I'm
Your-
never lucky.
Your warg friend is walks on 4 feet, is that correct?
Yes.
Well, the enemy we know versus the enemy we don't. I suppose we go after the four-legged one.
Oh, very wise, Kaizen. Yes, I agree with wisdom.
So you would go west through those double doors if that is what you're following.
Wait, that was the reptiles, right? Through the double doors?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, I guess. I mean, hang on, because
I don't remember.
I thought you said it was the double doors that the reptilian tracks were leading in and out of.
I mean, it would make sense at the double door for the big four-legged beast, but
Every time we say double doors, I say Dumbledoors in my head, and I had to say it out loud to get it out of my body and into the universe. Out of the Dumbledores!
nice. Nice.
it says the Reptilian Trail always leads to the main entrance and then out into the wild, while the mammal tracks lead by either the main entrance or through the hole in the eastern wall. So they're all going that direction.
All of them.
Oh, so nothing's going to the northern door then?
The wolf track, the paw print tracks are, but they're also going through this door.
So just the paw prints to the north, but paw
Both.
prints and reptilians to the west.
The deal is, all the tracks are everywhere.
Everything is everywhere.
Great.
May I suggest,
And the distinctions are meaningless.
May I suggest that we start from one side of the building and follow it around? So I think we should go to the door straight across from us. That way we can cover this side of the building and infiltrate throughout.
I trust your judgment.
It seems
through the
logical.
Yes,
Yeah, the north
and
door.
you haven't gotten a chance to attack anything yet, so maybe your luck will change.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, now we're wishing for monsters.
Well, she just seemed disappointed earlier, and
It's just an ego thing. Don't worry about it. I'll get over it.
Well, we're all right behind you.
Okay, so you all... Okay,
The north door.
are going through the northern door.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, you can go in there, and I will. As you go in, you see that this is a long hallway. To the east, it opens back out, that's part of where the wall is ruined, essentially. Oops. And then you see there are some other doors down the hallway, and it's pretty dark. I guess all of you can probably see for the most part.
Moss.
But,
Your moss.
and the moss, yeah. You can tell that it looks like the hallway continues on to the south, or to the west, and then to the south from where you are. Where would you guys like to go? Let me see if there's a little explanation I can give you of this hallway. This long hallway ends with a ruined dwarven statue. Smashed long ago, the statue is barely recognizable as a dwarven monk. His stone hammer sits on the ground next to the shattered remains of his head. That's what's in here.
I'd like to take a closer look at the statue, maybe, and see if there's anything interesting there.
Sure. Yeah, you can go over there and just look at it. You don't have to make a roll. Not a whole lot. You can tell just from looking at it, because there is the hammer. Very clearly, this monastery was originally built for very dwarven, for Taurag, for the forge, for things like that. And this just kind of seems to speak to that. But you don't really see anything specific beyond that.
I guess whoever smashed this hates dwarves or forges or monasteries.
Oh, it's just really old and it's just crumbling away.
Either way, there's no mushrooms here.
Okay, yeah, there appears to be 2 doors up ahead on the right. Perhaps we enter each as we reach them.
Yes, let's proceed with caution.
There is also kind of an area that... so as you are going, if you're facing the northern door going into the building, on the right there is I think there's a door there too. It's just hard to tell, just so you know.
I would suggest this door first.
The one that's kind of on the northeast?
Northeast. Yes, the one next to the statue.
Okay.
Because it's right here.
Want to go, or do you want to?
I mean, it's right in front of us. It makes sense.
I'll stay behind just to make sure no one enters the hallway and tries to ambush us.
Okay. So let's see. Sorry, I have to find what all of these areas are.
No worries.
It says 12 on it. I don't know.
12, thank you. Super helpful. Okay. Yes.
May I
interesting. So,
check for
Yes.
traps when you get a second too?
oh yeah. Make a notice roll. On slide 7, you should be able to see it now.
A 2.
A 2. Looking about, this looks like a room that is just completely in tatters. It's not even really a room anymore, so you don't see anything. It seems like it's probably fine in here.
Yeah.
So this chamber is entirely shattered, with much of the outer wall and ceiling completely crumbled. Oh, there is still a bit of a ceiling, though, in here. But this is going to be difficult terrain because there's just so many large chunks of stone and debris on the floor, which means that basically every step you take counts as 2. So your pace is essentially split in half in this room.
Mm-hmm. Can we just scan the room from a distance?
For mushrooms.
Oh yeah, it's for mushrooms.
This is open and it could be cold at night.
Yes.
Everyone make a notice roll.
Seven.
5, 7, 2. Okay. So you all can look about. You don't really see much in here other than the rubble. Looking about, you can kind of pick your way through things carefully. You don't see any mushrooms, and from the sounds of it, these particular mushrooms they're iron blue mushrooms. They're very specific, so you'll be able to tell. But what you do notice, looking up, is there are a bunch of bats above you.
Oh.
Just a bunch of bats.
Do they look like fruit bats or like meat bats? They want to eat meat?
I would say the majority of you would probably know, especially Kaizen, and probably you, Kayura, that just like going into a cave when there are bats, as long as you don't disturb them or make too many loud noises, they'll probably leave you alone. But if you disturb them, you might have a swarm on your hands.
Let's back out carefully.
Okay. We back out carefully.
All right. The swarm does not attack you.
Give it a roll again.
I'll ask Celeste, since maybe she was in the back. Did you find anything in there? Mushrooms, perhaps?
Like a lot of bats. And that's sort of it. We didn't investigate further because of the lot of bats.
It was so many bats, Kaizen.
Lots of bats.
Well, I'm glad I didn't go in there. I'm afraid of them.
Oh, yes, don't go in that room then. That's a bad room if you don't like bats.
Like just 1 or 2 bats, you mean?
No! I'm gonna take a small piece of, like, chalk rock out of my pack and just kind of creep over to the door and just write bats on it. Just so we remember not to go in that room, especially Kaizen.
It's a bat room. Unless we have an enemy who also does not like bats, and then maybe we can put them in there. But we should probably not go in there then.
In this barely room. Yes. All right. Where would you like to go next?
Well, the double doors.
Yes, shall we continue down the hall?
Down the hallway to the doors on the right.
Stealthily.
Do you want to all go into one door? Yeah, you can stealth for sure. Into one door, or are you going into both of them at the same time?
Oh,
Because they are actually 2 separate places.
One of them?
One.
One.
The first one?
Yeah.
two potential things mad at us at the same time.
I think, and just so as a heads up, I'll probably always stay outside the door and not go in the rooms.
Okay.
Right away.
Same.
So if you
I'm
all
gonna
would
stay
like-
behind Kaizen.
If you all would like
Very
to,
Scooby-Doo right here.
very Scooby-Doo. If you all would like to stealth, then make those stealth rolls.
So which one's Scooby and which one's the other one? What's
I
his name? Shaggy?
Shaggy, yeah.
Oh, God. I got a
I'm
7.
gonna use a Benny.
Benny, okay.
Ooh,
Yeah,
double
not good.
explosion. I'm super stealthy today.
It's better.
12.
5.
5, 3, 7.
Damn.
Oh my goodness, 15. Okay, let's see here.
Stop being better than me.
I'm way in the back, so you don't even notice.
Yeah, so you all sneak. Diffle, though, kind of like you just seem to step in every place where there's lots of crunchy things.
Yeah, I'm also singing a little like song to myself to keep my spirits up because I'm getting kind of freaked out. So that's probably making a little noise too.
It is a bit freaky in here.
Stay behind Kaizen, he's very strong, and anything that hits him can't get through.
So you all are able to go into this room, and it appears to be an old armory.
Ooh.
So old cobweb-covered racks and armor stands dominate much of this small chamber. What must have once been a well-tended armory is now devoid of arms and armor. It looks like this room has been pillaged, but you could try and make notice rolls to see if there's anything specific here.
Point
These
of order.
notice... Oh, yes, go ahead.
Isn't an armory with no things in it just a room?
I mean, it has stands for armory things.
Oh.
It's not an armory, it's just a re.
Just a re.
Yes, notice.
Nope.
Kaira, you could
Yes.
also make a thievery roll at a
Ooh.
-1 if you would like.
Ooh, yes, please. It's a higher die. 4.
4. Okay, you got a 4.
I got a 9.
9. Wow.
Nice.
Anyone else? Oh, you guys are standing outside.
I'm staying with
Yeah, we're
Kaizen.
outside.
Okay, so you all are looking about. Celeste, looking around the chamber, you noticed that there is a knocked over bolt case that's spilling its contents on the floor, and there are 4 +1 bolts that are underneath one of the racks in the room.
Oh.
So basically, if you utilized those, they would give you a +1
I see.
to your attack, I believe. So you're able to find that. Kaira, you notice something that stands out to you in the northeastern corner. It's not an object per se, but the wall seems strange here. And as you go over there, you can feel kind of a breeze coming through. You're pretty sure there is a secret door in that corner.
Huh. I'm going to look back and go. And then I'm going to check for traps on it.
Okay, make a notice roll.
While she's doing that, I'm gathering up the bolts to give to Kaizen later.
Okay.
3.
You don't see any traps.
Great
Right.
news!
I'm going to start trying to budget slowly to open it up.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to do that, and as you open it up, you see what looks like an old prison.
Oh.
A secret prison. So as you open it, the secret door swings open to reveal a short corridor with a wall of bars running down one side. 4 rusted doors open in this wall into 4 cramped cells.
I just kind of stand there very still because it just brings back memories of being in prison so many times, and it's kind of this like, Kaira is just gonna stand there in a trance because she sees all these cells. It just brings back all these memories of always being in prison and guilt and frustration. And she's just standing there, staring.
Is everything all right? What's happening?
Just a minute. I want to place my hand on Kaira's back from behind. Hey, is there anything useful in there, or is it? Are you okay?
Yes, sorry. And she peeks around the corner.
So you're peeking into the room. Are
Mm-hmm.
you just... You can't see a whole lot just peeking in, but it looks like there might be some, like... It's either, like, ruins or maybe even some bones in here.
Okay, I'll start walking through each cell, down each cell, to look through each cell.
So you head in, and as you do, you actually do see what looks like complete bodies of bones in here. But as you go in, those bones, they start to move.
Oh my god.
And 3 skeletal dwarves stand up and start coming right at you. We are in a combat.
I yell backwards. Oh, there's something bad here.
Sorry.
All right.
Well, at least they're all stuck in jail, so...
Can't we just close this door?
Yes. You can see this prison on the slide on 7. Let me see if I have one that's a little closer. Yeah, that's fine. 12 is a little bit closer. Just ignore the rest of it. If you want to see that, there's like barely any space in there. So, just so you know, here we go. Celeste, you get an ace of diamonds.
Wow.
Yeah. Kaira, a jack of diamonds.
Ooh.
Diffel, a 9 of hearts, or a 4 of clubs.
I will keep the 4.
Indeed. And Kaizen, a
Not
4
like I have a choice.
of spades.
That's right, you two are in the
Anyone
back.
Yeah, makes sense.
Would anyone like to spend a penny to redraw?
No.
Oh, and these guys get a 2 of clubs.
well, then definitely
No, then definitely not. No, I'm fine where I am.
You know what? I'm going to spend a penny and try and get a better card for them.
Oh,
Boo.
boo!
Yeah, boo.
No, Benny.
Let us kill them before they get to do anything. Do they get a joker?
Joker. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so that means they have a +2 and they can go whenever they want to, which is going to be right now because they are...
And you get an extra Benny. As the
Oh,
GM, you get a GM Benny.
I love it. All right, so
I don't.
yeah, these guys are coming right at you. And in fact, Kaira, that was a little bit scary. Why don't you make a fear roll?
Oh.
No minuses.
Where is
Just-
my fear?
You're gonna roll spirit.
Ah, thank you. 1, 2, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2.
Oh no! Do you want to keep it?
I have 1 penny left.
Oh,
Okay,
oh.
fine. Yeah. There's 3 of them. I gotta do it. Sacrificing my last penny. Here we go. No! Double ones!
Oh goodness! Oh goodness! Okay. All right.
Well,
Oh,
nice
that is
playing
the
with ya.
worst. It was double 2s before, and now it's double 1s.
Roll a d20.
Oh.
You know it's bad news when you're rolling a D20 in Savage Worlds.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the first time I'm hearing this.
It is.
Oh, it's bad news.
They'll say a 1.
2. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news.
Why?
Because on the fear table, you got adrenaline surge. The hero's fight response takes over. You act as if you had a joker.
What?
You don't
Okay.
get wait, do you get the +2 for that too? Or is it just the...
You act as though you had a joker.
Yeah.
So +2 to attack,
Yay.
plus 2 to actions, +2 to damage. You can
Get
go whenever
wrecked,
you want.
Skellies.
Hey.
So that
Did she get a
means
Benny?
that's just for this round. Yeah.
No, she
No?
acts like she drew a joker, but she didn't draw a joker, which we
would
only
be
get the bennies for that.
Okay.
You know what though? I'm gonna give everybody a Benny because
Aw,
I
thank
think
you.
it's time for a Benny with what I just dropped that down. For all the awesome
Diffle
stuff. you
gets
guys-
negative.
Thank
Yay.
Hooray.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so yeah, that means that you can go at any time as well. If you want to try and interrupt these guys' action, you have to make an opposed agility roll.
Athletics.
you. Let me do
Okay,
that
yeah,
because you're going to go first because you're on a Joker as
Indeed.
well. So I'm going to go first too.
Make an athletics roll with a +2.
7.
7, okay. Well, they got a 4. So you get to go first.
Great. I'm gonna try and get out of that room and push Celeste back so that they can come outward because there's no room to fight. All of us can't fight them in there. So I'm
That
just
would
going
be
to,
hard.
yeah. So I'm gonna push her back without making her trip. Just push her back and then push her behind me.
Okay.
Do I have to
be at
roll
the
something
ready.
so I don't fall over?
I mean, do you want to make sure you don't fall over?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't. I'm just asking. I
Okay.
don't know. I was just,
Just
being
saying,
cool.
you know, you want to worry
I'm
about
fine.
your glasses.
And I believe that's all I can do. Yeah.
You could have the push be a free action. I mean, I
You
don't
sure?
feel like it's a big thing. Yeah. So if you want to make an attack, you still.
Yeah. I'll make an attack then.
Okay. I'll say there is one like right up against you. They're all just clamoring to get to you now.
Are these things behind the jail bars, or their
The
bars
jail
are gone?
is open.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. 8 is an explosion.
Nice.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
With a raise.
Sorry. But
Oh,
you
boy.
scared me.
They did.
Does she still get a +2 to everything?
Yes, I added the.
Nice.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, you do. Even to damage as well.
Ooh.
Yeah. Roll your damage.
Roll my damage.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Wait, you said that was a hit with a raise?
Yeah, it was. So roll a D8 instead of an additional D8 instead of a D6.
No, because she wasn't vulnerable. They aren't vulnerable,
Oh, right.
or
Never mind. Just roll
So-
that additional D6.
So rolled additional d6. Okay. Okay. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
And is that with the +2 for your damage? Dope.
This was with your
I
rapier.
rolled
is
low.
that-
Yes, with my rapier, I rolled
Okay,
low.
Just double checking. Because your just so you know, your crossbow has 2 AP, which is armor piercing. Some of these creatures have armor. That basically just knocks it off. You don't have to worry about it. So
Oh,
just a
nice.
heads up.
Okay, but they're
Um,
right in front, so it's.
Yeah. You said, I'm sorry, tell me the damage you did again. 12? Is that what you said?
I forgot.
I think it was 10.
10.
It was 10.
10.
Yeah, thank you.
Interesting. Yes, you hit them, and you hit the one in front, and it kind of like, you kind of like knock it back, and you can tell that you have shaken it.
Yay!
All right. Anything
Shaking
else?
it?
Yep.
Oh boy, with 10 damage. Okay, all right.
Yep.
No, that's it. I would just yell for backup.
Okay.
Help!
All right. So now they're going to go. This is pretty much like they're in a line. I'm gonna say really only one can get to you because they're in this line. So this one is gonna attack with its claws. Where's okay? All right, here it goes. It got a 7. What is your parry?
7.
Oh, I'm sorry. It got a 9 because of the Joker.
No.
So that's gonna hit. Let's do some damage. Okay. What is your toughness?
6.
Okay, they got an 8, so you will be shaken. Wait, no, they got 9, 10. I keep forgetting to add the 2. They got a 10, you got a 6. So that's actually shaken in 1 wound. Or no, wait,
Oh.
yeah, just barely. So you can try to soak it with your Benny.
I will soak it in my last Benny.
Make a vigor roll.
God, that was really scary. That's a D6. Do I roll a wild die on that?
Indeed
Yes.
you do.
Oh,
And you
it's
still
a
get your
negative
plus
1.
two. You still get your plus 2.
Well, then I get a +1 because I got a -1
All right.
for being an elf.
That's true, yes.
Good luck.
Okay, here we go. Explosion. 6, 7, 8,
Oh.
9, 10.
If you exploded it, you're good. You're not shaken or wounded. You were able to dodge it. Good job.
Nice.
Do I still get rid of my Benny, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So that was I'll say that the rest of them are trying to kind of like push through, but they're just kind of like bumping into each other. Like they can't quite get to you just because there's not a lot of space. All right. Next up will be Celeste.
In this game, is it common knowledge that is healing hurt undead, or is it not a thing in this world?
I think your clerical channeling ability allows you to use your deity's
Yes.
energy to deal damage to undead.
Yes, I think he's right. Let me
Oh.
see here. Find cleric, and we can.
Rules.
That's how that works.
So I was looking under just healing, and I didn't see anything, but would that be under cleric or under?
It'd be under
Yes.
cleric, yeah. It's one of your class features.
So let's see here.
Oh, shoot, sorry.
Channel, is it channel energy?
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at the class ability. Channeling energy. Clerics can channel either positive or negative energy once per session, depending on their deity. When channeling positive energy, a cleric can choose to heal 1 wound for all allies within Smart's range, or cause 1 wound to all undead creatures within range.
Heck yeah, Celeste time to shine!
Nice.
I would like to do this thing, please.
Okay, let's see. Does it list what the range is?
Smarts.
Smarts?
Oh,
Okay,
yep.
so you should be able to be in range of
Yeah,
that if
my
you're
smarts
behind
is 6.
Kayera. Okay.
That's powerful. That's really cool.
And I
Is-
roll.
so-
Would I roll my
So
healing
I
or
can
my
make a
faith?
vigor roll against it. I don't know. Do you make any roll for this? Hang on, let me.
Yeah,
Because I don't see.
I
anything
think it just has a limit to. I think it's like once per encounter or something like that.
Yeah, once
Yeah.
per day.
You just
Session,
do it.
session.
I think there's no roll connected to that.
Ooh, yeah.
So vigor roll negates. So they can make a vigor roll to try and negate it. All right, let's see what their vigor is. It is D8.
Finally doing damage.
They got a 7.
Oh, what does that mean for me?
That means they succeeded,
Oh, okay.
which means it negates it.
Well, so you see,
Aw.
What?
They all got. Did you make a roll for each of them, or you
No, I
make
made
one
a roll
for all of them?
Let's
Oh, okay.
do one for each. That'll be the first one. I'll do one for the other 2. Well, that one did not do it. And that one did succeed. So you actually did kill one of them.
holy crap.
Nice.
So,
Also, the one in the back died.
when I do my channel energy, you see me. It's like I'm praying for the spirits of the undead, but looks like the ceiling opens up and it's just an empty. It looks like stars in a dark sky, and they start to shoot out and rain down, and it only kind of hits the guy in the back because it's at an angle.
like
and
it.
when I'm done praying for their souls, I open my eyes and I see all the damage, and I'm like, oh no, what happens here? Goodness.
Yeah, you got him. But it was like pretty, you know? The death was, or the undead death was pretty.
It dissipated.
Awesome.
And then I would like to back out of the way so I'm not blocking the doorway.
Okay, yeah, so you can back up with no consequences there. Awesome. Okay, next will
Nice job.
be...
Yay.
Yeah.
Kaizen, you are up.
Nice. Is wild attack for melee only, or can I also do it with my composite bow?
You can do it with ranged, I do believe.
Okay, perfect.
I believe.
I
know that
I don't.
come
Dipple's,
upon them.
Dipple's eyes say
You don't think so?
otherwise.
I think it might depend on the ranged weapon.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't think we've run into it.
it's fighting attacks.
Oh,
Yeah,
I am
it's just in
incorrect.
melee.
Oh,
so
so
it's
not
just in
shooting.
melee.
Okay.
So sorry.
actually,
Yes.
I forgot that I had all those bolts. Could I, as a free action, just drop them on the ground and be like, these are for you, I guess?
Sure.
Okay, because I was holding them.
It was more for Kiera, though, right? Because I don't.
Oh,
Have
I
a
wasn't sure who
crossbow.
had a crossbow.
I
Okay,
have the
sorry.
crossbow.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
They're on the ground. Whoever wants can get them.
Remind me.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is true. You can also aim, which I don't think we've really looked at, but aim, it takes an action, I believe, unless that's changed. But I don't think so. Let's see. Show me aim. Aim.
The dwarven
Seems
Oh.
to take
men
an
all
entire
speaking
turn
to us.
for aim.
It basically, but that really only, yeah, it takes an entire turn, but that only really helps for range, right?
Right. So in the future, I'll know if I need to use my
Yeah.
composite bow, and then what will it get me as a benefit if I decide to wait and aim?
It lets you ignore penalties, essentially. So if you... Aiming is a great thing to do if you, like, want to make a called shot. Like, say if there's a dragon that has, like, one scale missing, and, like, that's its weak point, like, from a popular thing.
So I don't even know if we had talked about called shots. Called shot, like if you were like, I want to hit it, I want to shoot like the weapon out of their hand, or I want to hit it in the head. That incurs penalties because it's so specific. So if you were to say, but often it gives you bonuses to like to kill it essentially. So like if you were attacking a vampire and you had to aim for the heart, it'd be that kind of thing. This would be very beneficial for you to aim because it would knock some of those penalties off. But here, it's an undead, so I don't think it's going to save you a whole lot in this instance, unless you wanted to fire multiple bolts.
Right. Okay, perfect. Then I will grab my two swords as I do, and I will run forward. Is there enough room to attack something in front of Kiera, or is Kiera blocking me from being able to attack the skeletons as well?
Kayura, were you trying to move back a little bit to pull them into...
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to say she was right at the door. I'm going to say that you could probably kind of get in there and attack since you're right at the door.
Okay, then I will, you know, since I know that did you all tell me that there were 3 in there? I assume y'all probably said.
I didn't say anything. I just pushed Celeste back to
Okay.
get them into the big room so you guys can come in.
Then I'm going to attack what I can see. I'm going to use my composite bow to make it a little bit easier and just shoot from where I'm at, and start attacking. So.
Okay.
86. What was that? A 5. So 5.
A 5. That is not quite enough to get them.
It's a ranged attack.
Oh, right. Yes. And you are not right next to them, so that is enough to get them. Good job!
Because it's always a 4 to hit with shooting.
As long as you're not in melee range, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
So roll your damage.
Will do. That's gonna be 5 total.
Yeah, you shoot at them, and it's kind of like the arrow goes straight through their bones and just into the wall.
Classic.
Anything else you would like to do?
No, I'm gonna move into the corner of that L-shaped table and kind of prepare myself for when they come out, so I can keep shooting.
Okay, so you're just stepping back in there. All right, sounds good. Next up is Diffle.
Okay. So I have my calculating edge now, and my card is lower than a 5, so I get to ignore 2 points of penalties. So I'm gonna take 2 actions.
Okay.
My first action, it didn't work on the cauldron, but maybe it'll work on these skeletons. To help everyone out, because they seem hard to hit, I'm gonna try and confuse them again. So I'm gonna cast Confusion. I'm gonna add a modifier to make it a medium burst template, so it can target both of them.
Okay.
And that'll cost me 3 power points, so I am down to 6. And I'm gonna try and do that first.
Okay.
Oh, that's awful. I'm gonna spend a Benny to re-roll,
Okay.
because I just got a 3. Okay, that's a 5.
Okay.
So-
that is a success. What
Yes.
do they? Is it smarts against this?
Yes, I believe they make
I'll
a...
roll for each?
Well, let me double check real quick, because I could have that wrong. Yeah, it was smarts.
It's smarts? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll roll for each. Here's the first one. Well, that didn't succeed. And the second one aced.
Oh.
Okay, that one got a 5 as well. So that one, it didn't affect since that was a tie and nothing changes in a tie. But the other one is confused.
So-
I'll say the one in front is what was in my head. So that's the one that's confused.
Okay,
Nice.
so that one is now distracted and vulnerable. So it gets a -2, and everyone else has a +2 to act against it. And then for my second action, I just want to support Kyra. I want to support Kyra making a fighting roll. So I'll just use persuasion, I guess, and I'll say, Kyra, there, I've distracted them for you. Do your thing.
Aww.
But I
My
did not
buddy.
roll enough to support. You know what? I'm gonna spend one more Benny because I really want to support Kyra
Yeah.
here.
Aww.
I am
My
her. I'm
buddy.
her animal companion. There we go. That's a success with a raise. I got an 11. So a
Ooh.
+2 to your next fighting
Wow.
roll.
Yes.
Nice.
That's awesome. Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Anything else you would like to move or anything?
No, I think I'm fine. Just kind of like ducking my head into the door and doing things. I sent my little illusory color spray over there, and now I'm just gonna wait.
Okay, I like it. Awesome. All right, so they went. I lost their card. I was like, wait, where did their card go? So that's the end of that round. On to the next.
That was a
Great.
big round.
Yeah.
Celeste, you get a 2 of hearts.
Yes.
Oh,
I have a new deck of cards. Thank you.
I
Thank
was
you.
wondering.
Yes, you do shuffle after a joker. 9 of diamonds. That's for Kyra.
Okay.
9 of what is this? Spades or a queen of diamonds for you, Diffle. So 9.
I'll take the 9.
And for Kaizen, it's an ace of spades.
Yeah.
Yay.
And for them,
Sorry,
they
this
get a
card.
jack of hearts.
Uh,
Would anyone like to redraw?
I think the dwarves should redraw.
They're okay with theirs. No good? Okay. Then that means that Kaizen, you will go first.
All right. Oh, yeah. I was about to really lay in. I was like, no, Kyra. Okay. So I'm going to shoot my bow again and
Okay.
see if I can hit the one in front. So I have +2 to this. 7, 9.
Woo! Yeah. Roll some damage, and that wasn't with a raise, unfortunately.
It was a bow, though.
Oh my god! I'm looking at the parry, Jordan. I'm looking at the parry. It wasn't.
It's okay, Megan.
So it was a raise. Okay, perfect. I'm actually starting to like this bow thing. It's pretty good.
It is not. Range is nice when it comes to that kind of stuff, for sure.
So do I get a +2 to my damage at all? Just to the hit, right?
Just to the hit.
Just
yeah,
to the hit
for
for this
vulnerable.
So 7.
Just goes right through those bones again.
Can't do it.
These guys are easier to hit than they are to damage. Just so you know.
Okay. I'm gonna use a Benny because I had a lot of low rolls. That's
Okay.
3-1. I can do better than 3
Do
3
it.
1.
Yeah.
Come on.
Get some aces.
Yeah.
Come on. 1 ace and a 1 and a 2. Another ace.
Whoa!
Ooh.
All right, 6, 12.
Oh, goodness. If
16,
you're gonna.
17, 18, 19. 19.
Oh my god.
That's a lot better.
Yeah.
That's a lot better. Yeah, you were really frustrated by not being able to hit that one last time, and this time you aim just directly. You didn't even mean to do this, but it goes right into one of its eye holes, and you just knock it over, and it crumbles into pieces. You did take one down. There's only one left.
Nice.
Nice.
Kaira, you're up.
All right.
Let's see if I can
Next
do it.
up is the dwarf, the last dwarf. The closest is still Kaira, so it's gonna head right
Fair.
to you and try and get you. Oh boy, it is. You know what? That was just a 2. I'm gonna use a Benny and try that again because that's sad.
Use the
Okay, well that was a 4, so it goes. You know, because dwarves hiss. They're skeletons do.
All skeletons hit.
All skeletons hiss. and it can't get a hold of you. You're
Great.
too quick.
I'm dodging.
So next up will be Diffle.
Oh, I will hold my action and see if Kyra is able to take it down, because I don't want to steal another kill from her. So I will wait and see.
Kyra, it is your turn.
Great. I'm gonna try and hit this thing
No
with
pressure.
my
Attacking.
+2 from my pet.
Ah,
My companion.
The
That's
rapier.
me.
Yes, the rapier. So fighting 6, 7, 8.
Yep,
That's
that's a
with
hit.
Diffles.
Just not with a raise, but it's a hit.
Ah.
And then it's 2d4s to go. For 5 points.
Alas, you tried to hit it, but it just doesn't
That's
seem
all right.
to phase it.
I'm just
Would you
trying
like
to
to
find
try
a
to?
good spot.
Oh, you don't have any bennies.
I
Oh, no.
Oh,
Okay.
Can we give her bennies, or is that not how? That's not a thing.
That is an edge.
It's
called
okay, guys.
common
Just kill the damn thing.
I would like to take my turn now.
bone. Okay.
Yeah.
So I see Kyra like strike out at it, and she hits it, but it doesn't go down. Oh, good job! You hit it! Now duck! And as I shout that out, I start spinning my spoon staff in the air really rapidly in front of me, and as color starts to blur around it, I'm gonna fire out an empowered bolt.
Oh.
So this, I believe, is going to cost me another 3 power points to add that modifier. Yes.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try and do a powerful bolt and see if it's enough damage to take this thing down. I'm gonna have to spend my last Benny to re-roll that though, because that's not gonna do it.
Okay.
No Bennies left. Here we go. Feeling good. An 8 is a hit with a raise.
It is.
So I'm going to do 4d6 damage to this thing now.
That's probably for the best.
That's okay. So that's 7, 9. One more d6. An ace. 15, 17.
That is enough to take this thing down. So you do that really cool spinning of it and shoot those bolts out. And taking lead from Kaizen, you just kind of hit right in the head, like right in the eyes, empty eye sockets, and it crumbles. And you all have successfully gotten rid of all of these undead dwarves. Good job.
Oh my. That was awful. I'm feeling very energetically drained. That this place is taking a lot of my energies from me.
Yes, I wonder what curse came upon those dwarfs for them to be revived like that in such a terrible way.
And locked away in a hidden jail? Still waiting and conscious after all of these years? What torturous existence!
Do you all want to look around a little bit and see if you can discover any more information in regards to that?
I'm gonna walk
Yeah.
into the cells.
Okay. So, as you walk in there are actually 4 skeletons in here, but one of them didn't animate. It's kind of near the back. If anyone wants to kind of like look through stuff, make a notice roll.
I don't want to make a notice roll until Kaizen pokes that last skeleton with his sword.
Then I will gather up the crossbolts and go towards the back.
Okay.
10.
10.
Dang.
3, 5. Okay, so Kyra, since you were probably one of the first in, you and Kaizen end up going towards the back to look at this other skeleton that seems to be resting peacefully on a straw cot. But what you do notice is that there is this big red and gold ring on the dwarf's finger that happens to be the ring of Taurag. Which I guess you wouldn't necessarily know, but I'll say that just looking at it, you can tell there's inscriptions and things on it. You can see that it is an ancient and unique item. You suspect it might be magical, and you found it. It's probably also worth a fair amount. Also, looking around Oh. I see. Looking closer, you got a raise. So looking even closer, you notice in the rib cage of the skeleton is one iron bloom mushroom.
What?
So now you have one. You need 6 more.
You found a mushroom! Quick, show us, what do they look like so we know what to look out for? Ah, yes. An empty palm.
And you found that growing inside of a corpse.
Yes.
Huh.
I don't understand.
Yeah, but that's perhaps cold. The death, the body
The
was
decaying
cold,
body.
and it was
perhaps.
closed, or open.
So I suppose the opposite of the things that I thought that where they would grow is true. Well, once you have one, 6 more to go.
I'll put it in my satchel. And then this. And I show them the ring. Either of you recognize this?
I'll make an occult roll, but
Yeah, I was
don't.
like-
I'm not holding out hope.
Yeah, I will make a cult roll as well. Oh, that's the explosion. It's an 8.
8. That's with a raise.
I got a 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. So both of you can look at it and see that it is indeed a ring of Taurag, I think it may be. It's a simple golden ring and has a large red gemstone set in it that sparkles with an inner fire. And Celeste, looking at it, you get a sense that it actually has some kind of protection, and you're pretty sure that it would protect one from an environmental hazards. So I will just tell you, it is environmental resistance +4 once per day. So basically against, I think specifically fire.
Well, it seems to be a ring of fire resistance. Does anyone here think they'll be hot under the collar anytime soon? That they would need protection from fire?
Should we be worried about that?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what the ring does.
Well, it didn't help that person. He's dead.
Well, maybe he was not attacked by fire.
I'm going to hand it to Kaizen. Kaizen, you always fall in front of everyone, so perhaps you should have it in case the enemy attacks you first with fire. I can dodge it.
Plus, it would look great on you. It's a great color.
Oh yes, red and gold.
Well, very well then. And I just put it on.
You turn into Taurag. No, just kidding.
He disappears. That's a whole other show. Whoosh.
Of course.
I have ascended.
Are the bolts still on the floor?
Yeah.
I
you
picked
can
them
go.
up. I picked them up to bring
Oh,
to
sorry.
you.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Kaira, I think these are better used with yours. Crossbow.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The +1 bolts, and there's 4, you said?
That's
Yes.
what I remember.
Thank you.
Beyond that, you can't see. You've pretty much looked through everything in these 2 rooms. And here.
Perhaps this skeleton was out and not in a jail cell?
No, it was. It was in the furthest jail cell on a cot.
Well, I have no theories then.
But was the mushroom growing out of its bones, or the straw bed, or...
It was inside the rib cage.
Was inside the rib
Interesting.
cage. It's a good question.
Well, if
Well-
we find any more bodies, we should pry open their ribs.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 2 iron bloom mushrooms.
Ooh.
Oh!
Nice.
All right, let me change that to. Well, we should search for more dead bodies.
I hope we
always
don't
in the
find
dead bodies.
any bodies, but I hope we find more mushrooms. I hope that combination is possible.
But we only need 5 more.
Yes, 5 more, but this adventure has taught me that there are a lot scarier things out there than I thought there were in the world, like zombie dwarfs. Dwarfs?
Celeste, you're doing a great job. You almost protected me. You killed one.
Oh, I think I helped it ascend, actually. I don't think we should call it killing. I think it...
Yes,
All
of
right,
course.
let's move on. Let's move on.
You helped it move on to its waiting reward. It was very
Yes.
kind of you.
I think that sounds accurate to me. Shall we move on and hopefully not find more bodies? Or whatever?
Or yes, hopefully, if that's where the
I don't
mushrooms
know.
are. But either way,
Let's go.
Very well. To the next room.
All right. So you move on. So you want to go to the next room right beside it?
Seems like the best choice, right?
Yes.
Back out into the hallway in the next door.
15, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, 15.
Okay. So you all open this door, and I will. So you all enter this room. This small study looks like it has been lived in recently. Gnawed bones litter the floor, and tufts of gray fur can be seen here and there. An old stone desk sits in the center of the chamber, scratched and cracked in many places. The stench of wet fur hangs heavy in the air. And as you all enter,
Hello, doggy.
make a stealth roll if you want to be quiet.
Of course. We want to be quiet.
we do. Okay, of course,
Do I
yes.
want to be
Of
quiet?
course, always.
You all have been sneaking about. If you don't want to be quiet, that's also fine. 7.
Oh, stealth. I know the wrong thing.
Wow.
Nice. Oh.
3.
17.
He
Oh
turned into
my
a ghost.
gosh.
Wow.
We don't even see Kaizen. Huh? Kaizen, excuse me.
Oh,
I just
goodness.
disappeared.
Okay.
The ring.
Yeah. You're the god now.
So, you all go into the room, and Celeste, as you do, there are so many things to step on and run into, and you kind of bump the doors you go in, and then you kind of fall forward a little bit. Not too much to lose your glasses, I think, but you still have to be careful there. And as that happens, you all kind of hear like a breathing noise, and then around that desk, 2 wolves come around growling at you, and one of them howls loudly, and then they attack you. So we're going back into combat.
Oh.
Here we go.
Why'd I hit that door?
Yeah, that's what happens when you hit doors. All right,
true.
so let's deal you guys back in.
Yay!
Yes, please.
Nice. I
Goodness.
missed this.
Aren't you excited? Okay. Celeste, a 4 of diamonds. Kaira, a queen of hearts.
Ooh. Well, those are pretty cards.
I know, I love these, right?
They are very
Yeah.
They're my Rosaline cards.
They're
Nice.
gorgeous.
3 of spades for Diffle.
Or
Or an 8 of diamonds.
Now I'll keep the 3.
All right.
I've got a
6 of
good
diamonds
feeling.
for Kaizen. And the wolves, they get a 3 of hearts. Boop, boop, be doop. Okay, anyone want to spend a penny to redraw?
Don't have any bennies.
That's true, you don't. But you know what? Because you guys did some cool things in that last
Not me.
combat,
Not
I'm
me.
going to give everybody a penny.
Oh, yay, thank you.
So you at least have one. You're welcome.
yeah, 1 is way better than 0 bennies.
Yes, thank you.
I know, like burning spells left, right, and center.
Yeah, I'm almost out of PowerPoint.
Spend pennies to use that to get
I
your PowerPoint
know.
back. All right, so first will be Kaira.
Perfect. I attack. I go forward and I lunge.
Okay,
with
so
my
you attack
rapier.
one of these woes. All right.
Whichever one is closest to me. 4.
I'll say the one on the right. 4. Not quite enough to get him. Unless you're fighting with your rapier, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of is able to dodge out of the way before you can hit it.
Okay.
Anything else?
Is it a free action to do a knowledge check on to see if these guys are like the offspring of Grey Pelt?
Sure. You know what?
I didn't say
Did
anything.
you say something, Jordan?
I just said, ooh.
Oh, I think
I'm
you know
smart.
Grey Pelt, so I'll say that you could. I'll let you make a common knowledge roll at a -2 to see if you can glean any thing that looks similar.
3. No.
You can't tell unless you want to re-roll. You just can't. They look
because
like
if I get
wolves.
bit, I want to soak it up. But thank you.
Indeed. All right. Next up will be Kaizen.
Okay, well, I don't want my friends getting hurt, so I am double attacking, meaning I'm doing 4 attacks.
Okay, that's going to put you at
There's a limit of 3
there
attacks
is
each
only
round.
3.
Oh, so I can only do my main off and then main again, but not
Yes.
my off again.
And you would be at a minus.
I'm not doing 4 like 4. I'm just doing like a. Cause I have to.
It'd be
Yeah.
1 action to attack with your main hand, 1 action to attack with your offhand, and then a third to attack with your main again.
You'd be at a -4 for the second 2 attacks and a -2 for the first one, I believe, or to be. It wouldn't be a minus. Yeah.
2 weapon fight. Yeah, -2 to
Yeah.
the first one, -4. Oh, sorry, -2, -6 because it's your offhand.
Oh.
But I don't get a negative because of my two-handed fighter.
Well, because you're doing you. This is a good question, actually, because would it? I think it would only
Like
deduct.
I thought it was -2, -4, and then -4 again.
So whenever you say you're going to do 3 things, it doesn't. Basically, if you don't have the 2 weapon fighting, you'd be at a -4 for all of them.
Okay,
Oh.
so it says in 2 weapon fighting, the second attack doesn't inflict a multi-action penalty, so only
Right.
the third attack is going to inflict the most. Yes. So it looks like it'd be -2, -4. I think
-4.
They wrote 4.
-2.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so -2,
Oh.
-4, -2. I think
Because
would
that's
be
my
the
normal hand. again.
Ah.
I see. Okay. Yeah. So that's what it would be, basically.
Okay. Let's go for it then. So -2, -4, -2. So first one, explosion on the 6. So that's just an 8, 6, 8.
Eight.
-2 is 6.
That's a hit. Roll. It's not with a raise, but roll your damage.
Alrighty.
Get them, Kaizen.
Just so everyone knows, I'm just here for just to watch
Explosion.
and to support.
14,
'Cause, you know.
15.
Oh my. Oh, you kind of slice that thing like you did the cauldron. It's super, just so dead. So dead. And when that happens, the other one kind of goes, like, I mean, it doesn't gasp, but you know what I mean. And it takes off. It was over by you, Kayura. So it takes off. They're kind of to the west side, but because it's leaving you, you do get an attack of opportunity.
Thank you. Nope. 3.
Nope. Okay, yeah. It is able to get away, and it runs it kind of through the door and disappears, as far as you know. So you successfully killed 1 wolf. Good job.
Wait, so it just ran away?
It ran away. You killed its friend, and that's what it does. It runs away if you do that.
But not
Through-
past us, another door somewhere else.
Oh god.
To the west. Yep.
Where there's bigger and more wolves.
Of course.
But perhaps it's alerting a guard dog of some kind, and it's alerting a larger force. Maybe we should hide and see what comes searching. Perhaps. Then we can ambush.
Well, did anyone notice if Kaira, you said that your nemesis, your 4-legged nemesis friend was here. Did those look anything like it?
I don't know. I don't know if it's offspring or a pack.
Oh,
I could be possibly a pack, but
Make a common knowledge roll,
thank you.
Kayura.
okay.
How many wolves does it take to make a pack? Is it like 2, or is it more like 10?
4. That's a success.
Yeah.
One thing you remember about Grey Pelt is he often has like lady wolves about,
Oh.
and a bunch of them that do his bidding. And his
So-
lady wolves.
Or
Yes.
make his babies.
These are part of his pack, his female pack. So we must be careful. There must be more.
So it's a pack of 3, probably. Just these 2 and Grey Pelt. And
Could be more than that. Dimple.
And the mother. But wouldn't the mother be more dangerous than the father, seeing her child be, or its pup?
should
I don't think these are mothers. This
don't-
could be lady friends of Grey Pelt.
I don't mean to interrupt the conversation about Grey Pelt's social life, but it ran off that way. I feel like
Yes,
we should
no, I
either
agree.
pursue or
I agree.
hide.
Can we look really quickly in this room?
Yeah,
See if there's
yeah.
anything that the dogs have brought in, or
Make a note. Yeah, there's a desk. There's a few things in here, so make a notice roll.
yeah, 5 for me.
Ooh.
Okay.
5 for me also.
Okay. Anyone else searching?
I would like to make a notice roll to see if there's a place in here to hide,
Sure.
just in case.
And I'm gonna get my bow out and train it on the door in case something comes through it.
No, you couldn't hide a 3. Yeah, you feel like it's probably better to not be in this room at all and go back out into the hallway is probably a better place simply because they didn't go this direction.
Yeah, so I scurry out into the hallway and just kind of peek my head around the door.
Okay. For 5, let's see here. Celeste, you look through the desk and you find some scraps of ancient parchment and an old quill, but not much more than that. But Kyra, if you would like to maybe look a little bit further, try a thievery roll.
Ooh, will do. Thank you. Okay, 8 aces or explodes. 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, you see that Celeste is looking through the desk, and something just jumps out at you because you're used to this kind of thing, and you notice that it seems like there might
A
be
trap.
a hidden compartment. And you
yeah.
successfully found it. So when you open this compartment, you find a +1 hand axe and a small pouch containing 100 platinum pieces
Ooh.
and a prayer book.
I mean, I'll let everyone know because knowing that Kaizen is here watching me too, I can't hide anything. So I go money pouch as our reward. I'll just put this here for now. And then prayer book, Celeste.
Certainly, I can take a look.
And what was the last thing? I'm sorry.
+1 hand axe.
A hand axe.
Okay. I'll just stash in. If anyone wants it, just let me know.
Yeah, make, you know what, on this one, because this is how I want to do it, make a faith roll, because this is real specific to you, and I'm going to say add a +2 to it.
Okay, so I have a D10 in faith, so we good. Alright. That's a 10 total.
Ooh.
Yeah, so looking at this, you can tell that this is for, describes the worship of a god. It is in Dwarven. Does anyone speak Dwarven?
I don't think so.
So you can't quite read what it says. However, you're pretty sure this is not to Taurag. And in fact, you see the word Droskar. Anyone, if you say that out loud, anyone who has a cult or something like that can roll to see if you know what or who Droskar is.
I have a
Okay.
cult.
I have a
Did-
cult as well.
Did you say it out loud, or are you?
Certainly. I can't read this as it's in Dwarven, but there's something about Droskar in here.
Droskar.
Old
Droskar.
Explosion. That's 11.
Nice.
Wow, 5 and 11.
Oh wait, I have linguistics. Oh, never mind.
No, actually, if you want to roll to see if you can, no, you can't use it that way.
Linguistics
come
isn't.
on.
It's not. Wait.
Okay.
Where is?
Oh, that's a
Was that
savage.us thing.
Yeah. That's a.
Okay.
That's an error on your character sheet.
I was like, linguistics,
errors.
yes, you can read it. Yeah, so, Diffle, you recognize, it's actually pronounced Droskar, I see. You recognize that Droskar...
Can that just be all I know? Since she rolled higher?
Sure.
Oh, I've heard. I think it might be Droskar.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Celeste, you do actually require, especially once Diffel says that, and you go, "Oh, Droskar, of course."
Leviosa.
You know that Droskar is an evil god, and has usually a very limited following among surface-dwelling races. Believes that sufficient toil leads to eventual success. Basically,
He's a bootstraps god.
he's all about it's necessary to do whatever to accomplish one's goal, even if that includes lying, cheating, exploitation of others, or crimes. A symbol is a stone arch with fire burning beneath it. He was originally a student of Taurag, but he is an evil god, and it seems that this book may be a prayer book to Droskar.
Droskar. Well, from what I know of Droskar, it seems that whoever had this book was worshipping evil and putting oneself in front of others, and it's basically not a very nice god, and was a former student of Taurag. So we seem to be unraveling some sort of evil plot against gods. I'm not quite sure. It's
Yes, in a monastery to Taurag, a secret compartment in a desk with a book dedicated to an enemy of Taurag. The mystery of this place deepens.
With an axe, no less.
I mean, these are all dwarven things so far, minus the wolves. So unless the wolves are connected to... Can wolves read?
I think it would
can
depend on the wolf.
Your rival, Silver... What's his name? Grey Pelts, can he speak?
Yes. Sorry.
No, I love it.
I guess it is known, like, what?
Yes, he has a lot to say always.
I see.
But his ladies' friends don't speak, correct?
I don't believe so. They are just wolves.
Okay. Yes, Grey Pelt does speak.
But I could
So
be
Grey
wrong.
Pelt is common.
Grey Pelt is like a super wolf, or is he part man?
It's a warg. He's a
Oh, not a
warg.
orc.
He's part wolf, part machine, all death.
We can rebuild him.
Well, I guess if your rival is able to kill pixies and do rituals for power, then certainly can perhaps research different gods as well, maybe.
Unless he's just using this as his base home and he has nothing to do with what's going on here.
Could this or something like this evil god be responsible for the sickness in Falcon's Hollow, Miss Celeste?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know much about this god, and if it can grant power, it seems to be more of a use my name as an excuse to be bad sort of god. But again, I don't know all the information.
Well,
Curious.
we should keep going.
Here's the description of a warg. A warg is an evil predator that delights in hunting and devouring creatures weaker than itself. Cunning and malevolent, wargs roam across the remote wilderness and are raised by goblins and hobgoblins. Their wargs speak in their own language and goblin, and few learn to speak common. So
Oh,
now
wow.
that you would know this, Kayero, so I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sharing it with you.
I would say all this to them then, so that they're aware, or some of it.
I will add this to our adventure journal.
Celeste, wouldn't it not be better for you to take the prayer book with you? We can't leave this evil god's prayer book here.
Certainly, and it would be good for research down the road.
Celeste,
Don't
are you all right
research
holding
too
it?
deep.
Sorry. Are you all right holding it, or would you prefer one of us to hold it for you? Because I understand it's evil and, you're a good person.
Well,
Makes
no,
you
I mean,
uncomfortable?
it's just a book. The books hold no power unless you're reading incantations and such. I get my pack out and, by the way, Jade stole this pack just along for the ride. Hey, little one, don't scratch this up too much, okay? It's sort of evil and I'll need to read it later, I guess. Just... I just put it in underneath its feet.
And don't read it. Don't read it.
Don't read it! Don't read it!
Oh, evil fox cultist.
A demon is born.
Fox demon. All right, so do you all want to continue down the hallway Or did you want to go and follow that wolf?
I feel that we must at least follow, that we cannot have a wolf sneaking up on us, or perhaps alerting who knows what else to sneak up on us. I feel like we must pursue it one way or another. Although, I could send an illusion ahead to see if they're lying in wait for us.
Can you see through the eyes of this illusion?
Not at all, no. But perhaps it would allow them, it would force them to spring their ambush early.
Could we
Not
not just
bad.
throw a rock in the door also? The similar thing, no?
Well, yes, but then
Well, you wouldn't use
the
your
rock
illusion
wouldn't
spell,
look
right.
as nice as what.
they-
No, that's fine. The rock could work.
They
No,
won't attack the
devil.
rock.
I see.
Diffel, use your illusion. Because there's 2 ways in this hallway, and the wolf could have run down one of these ways, and we don't know which way.
It's true. Oh, make your illusion look quite delicious. Is that helpful?
And wounded, if possible.
Delicious and wounded. Okay, I think I might have enough power to do that.
It's just a floating chicken wing.
So I'm going to use the rest of my power points.
Oh my god.
So actually, do we know what is through that doorway? Like if it's a hallway or we haven't looked yet?
You haven't looked yet.
I have to look so I know where to send the illusion.
So I'm
Do you want
going
me to peek?
Yes, maybe if you could describe it to me very accurately. Yes.
I'm going to stealthily peek through the hole.
Okay, so looking through it, you see, it looks like another room that has kind of fallen, and it's kind of in shambles a little bit, but it looks like it's sort of a mix. There's a stairway that looks like it leads down to a basement. There's not really much up here. It looks like that stairway is really the room itself, if that makes sense. There are kind of holes in the floor beyond that.
Well, it goes downstairs.
Oh no.
What do you mean, oh no?
Well, there could be anything downstairs. There could be a whole entire extra floor of this place that goes down beneath the earth. It's dwarven, of course. Oh dear. The search for these mushrooms might be more involved than we were hoping. Perhaps we should not go down those stairs right now if there's more above ground to search. There's too many unknowns. There's too many threats that could be coming from too many places.
Agreed. Perhaps we continue to search this area, but close this door behind us. Move this desk out of the way so we are no longer surprised by sleeping wolves underneath.
I hesitate to propose this, but should I maybe stay here by this door in case something comes out towards you all? I could cast an illusion to distract it while I got away to let you know.
You have used a lot of your magic today.
Yes, and
therefore-
that would probably be the end of it.
And maybe you.
Well, yes.
Just be by my side.
Okay, yes.
I need
we'll
you by
close
my
the door
side.
and put something heavy against
Yes.
it. That's a much better idea.
The table.
Yes, the table.
So you've closed the door.
Yikes.
So you all are going back out into the hallway and trying to block this door and room in this room. Okay. You can do that, I'll say.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome. Now, I assume you are going to go down to the south here so I can open up this hallway for you guys here. It is a hallway, and you can tell that down this way there are many more doors.
Oh, man.
So many
Yes.
doors.
Well, the longer we delay, the more people grow sick and weak. We should open a door.
Okay.
The
Stealth.
closest is the one to the right. Is that
The
Correct.
big double door one. Yeah, and actually, you can see some light coming through on that left side, which is coming out of the yard. You think that might be the main entryway there.
All right. I'm going to stealth down the hall and look towards the 2 double doors.
Okay, make a stealth roll.
6.
6. Okay, let's see here.
What is she doing? What is she rolling? Why is she rolling?
I don't know. Yeah, you are able to successfully sneak down there. Looking in this room, it looks like it used to be a shrine. Pews of dark wood lie tipped over and covered in dust on either side of this ancient shrine. At the far end sits a large ceremonial anvil, but its surface is defaced and ruined. That's what you see.
I'm going to look back to the group and just tell them to come close, but
It is a very dark room, I will say as well. So it's even for you, it feels very dark.
So do we need to do a stealth roll as well as we go up to her?
If you want to.
Probably yes.
Well,
I don't like the way Megan says that.
She told us to shush. So,
Ah.
2.
Should we come closer?
Yell.
I got a 10. I got a 10.
For a 10. Okay, so yeah, Kaizen, you're able to sneak. Celeste, you're pretty sneaky, but yeah, I feel like Diffle, you have misjudged what loud and quiet is in the volume of your voice, and maybe
There's a
got
lot of
them
echoes
backwards.
in here. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a lot of echoes. So sorry, one mo. I'm just trying to make sure I know, what's happening properly. Yeah. You're able to sneak down there.
Yay.
Good.
You all can also see the entryway at this point, so let me see real quick. On the entry hall, beyond the broken double doors, is a small dark hall littered with mounds of debris and a year's worth of dead leaves. It is clear that a narrow path winds inside.
I'm sorry.
You were seeing it from the other side.
Where are these 2 rooms?
Looking at the... Oh, here I can...
Oh, okay. So it's the big one there, and then the one that connects to the courtyard that we entered
it's the
in.
entryway.
Okay.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
More doors.
Well, this large dark area with the, what is that at the end of it? I can't even see
It's
easily.
It's like a chapel or prayer room.
Oh, more
We need-
religious items.
Yes.
I could go in first with this moss.
Oh yes. Otherwise, you'll be completely unable to see in there, Kaizen.
But if we light it up, then anything that's hiding in there will see you first.
Yes.
Better to see me first than to not see them at all.
They probably see us standing right here at the doorway.
Oh, that's true.
Don't say that.
Well, let us go in then, and have no fear, because we can defend ourselves. I think.
Yes, listen to Celestial. We can defend ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Repeat after me. We
We
can
can
defend
defend
ourselves.
ourselves. Okay.
Very good.
I pull out the moss and I start walking in.
Okay, so you walk in holding the moss, and the thing that seems really strange about this is while it does illuminate the room, it doesn't seem to push back the darkness as much as you think it would.
Or hoped.
Yeah, or hoped, which just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But you all are able to come into the room. It seems like there's a fairly big ceiling, and yes.
Diffle is pretty smart. So can I make an occult roll to see if anything seems weird about the fact that the darkness isn't getting pushed back?
Yes, you can.
Bats.
Or if there are bats? Yes, that's another good point. I got a 5.
A 5. Yeah, you're feeling like this could be somehow magically here, this darkness. It doesn't feel like normal darkness.
Kaisen, be careful. This is no normal darkness. Something is at work here.
Is this something that we can dispel, Diffle?
I do not have the ability to do that, Kaisen.
Perhaps it is too soon to come in here. And I start to back up slowly.
Before you can back up, out of nowhere, these two giant, weird, like, tentacly beasts drop down right behind you, Kaisen. Celeste, who all went into the room?
Not me.
I don't remember. I feel like
one drops right by you, Celeste, and the other one drops right by you, Kaisen. And darkness absolutely surrounds them, and those tentacles reach out right at you. And that's where we're going to end this session. Come on! Next
Tentacle boys.
Next time, you will have to see what is attacking you.
Tendrils
goodness.
of darkness. Ugh.
We only have one more, so you've survived this far. All you got to do is survive one more session.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just so easy.
So easy,
Yeah,
so
we
easy.
got this.
Oh my goodness. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for joining us. We do have one more episode, and you will have to tune into that to see if they are able to save the day. But before we do that, let's go around and once again say who you are and where they can find you. We'll start with Jordan this time.
Hi, my name is Jordan Caves-Callarman, and you can find me on Twitter at Jordan Callarman, Callarman. You can also find me doing stuff on Saving Throw. I run Wild Cards, which is our Savage Worlds show there, and I play and do other things as well.
Awesome, thank you. Let's jump over to Leander.
Hi everyone, I'm Leander Lacy. You can find me every other Tuesday as a Dungeon Master for the Mile High Dungeon Delvers. You can find us on Facebook. If you look at us up on Twitch, it's Mile High Game Guys, as we're underneath them. I'm also on the board of Shiny Gardens, or if you're in Colorado and you want to get into geek culture and cons, feel free to take a look, shinygardens.org.
Awesome, thank you. Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle and Bradley. You can find me everywhere on the internet at I Am Chubby Bunny. I am on shows as part of the regular cast on Tuesdays at Hunters Entertainment's Twitch, and also on Wednesdays on Official Paizo's Twitch for their Pathfinder game. You can also find me on the YouTube channel Total Nerd, which is a subsidiary of Ranker.com. We do videos over there about video games, and it's very fun.
I like video games. Diana.
I'm Diana Restrepo. You can find me at DianaRest3 on Twitter and Instagram. I'm also all over the DAT Network on Twitch, and soon to be on the Norse Foundry Twitch channel as well, the secret project that involves Meghan as well.
Awesome. Thank you guys. And I am Meghan Caves. You can find me on the internet at Meghan Caves, MEGHANCAVES. You can find me on Wildcards over at Saving Throw, among other millions of billions of things. Same on the DAT Network. And yes, this Norse Foundry thing coming up. Maybe more by time you're watching this. Who knows? The world is ours.
Yes.
But thank you guys for joining us today. And make sure that you tune in next time to find out what happens.
Oh.